They've been trying to tell y'all, this ain't real snow. This the government snow. This the government snow, okay? Look at I just got out the sauna and it was leg day, whatever. I ain't driving in this shit. I'm waiting 7 minutes. But, y'all, I just want us to open our eyes. Now, when we open our eyes, it's okay to acknowledge some of the bombastious realities of this earth. But in other words, sometimes that path of wanting to be so awake and wanting to learn is self-destruction. And I have been on a path for the past 2 days of self-sabotage. And all my life I've been self-sabotaging, but I have been trying to learn about self-sabotage, and I want to share with you guys what I've learned so far. So when you go to YouTube to watch, it's hot in here, to watch like one video, and then you end up watching a multitude of videos, that's self-sabotage. Okay, that's self-sabotage. When you oh, the snow is gone. Okay, when you don't commit to your goals and you know something is good for you, like waking up early, and then you make up excuses why you can't wake up early, that's self-sabotage, because you don't feel worthy of waking up early. Also, isolating, y'all. This was huge for me yesterday. A lot of the times when I feel shameful about myself, or I feel like I did something bad and I knew not to do it, and I chose to ignore that intuition, I will self-isolate. I will sit in my room and I will think about what I've done. Isolation comes from being sent to your room as a child, guys. Think about the times where you said, maybe you were an attitude child and your parent didn't understand that your attitude either came from your neurodivergency or it came from your passion. Now, a lot of us, like me especially, I'm working on my tone and I'm working on how I express myself, because I hurt a lot of people because I think that being mean is how to protect myself, but that is not how to do it, guys. No, I'm not like actually going around like punching people, but doesn't make it any better. Okay, but when you would do those things, you got sent to your room and you were or sent to the stairs. Whenever I'm in my car recording messages, it does some funky stuff, so sorry about that. But you had to be quiet, right? And think about what you've done. That teaches you to not only suppress your emotions because your emotions aren't safe, but it also cuts your worthiness of love off. So when a child is sent to their room, okay, you're 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, and this usually doesn't happen for one time. This happens consistently throughout your childhood. And so you were never taught how to emotionally regulate, and you were never taught that connection is something that you deserved. That was your birthright. And a lot of the times when we make mistakes in life, our parents instill shame into us, and this is no hate to our parents because this is intergenerational. Your parents will be like, and this is all from a video that remind me to link it because it was really good. If you were to put your finger on a stove, you touch the stove. Your parent told you, no, don't touch the stove. You touch it again. You sternly discipline your child, okay? That's what you would do. And then reassure them with comfort and love. Most parents would be like, you're so stupid, go to your room, blah, blah, blah. Okay? Now what do you do as an adult? Tell yourself you're so stupid and you sit in your house. You don't let yourself have fun. All of this is a snowball effect from how you were treated as a child. How your parents dealt with conflict and taught you to deal with conflict as a child. And so you were never taught emotional regulation, you were never taught emotional intelligence, and you were never taught how conflict resolution. You were taught, I have to be right and I have to do things right or I'm going to punish myself. And you don't have to live like that. Now, saying this is so much easier, and when I speak with this confidence and I speak with all of this, I just want you guys to know that I am in such a difficult spot in my life right now. And so when we look at all of these spiritual teachers and these people who speak, we don't really connect with them because we don't really believe that they're going through something. As a collective of humans on this earth, we are meant to be communalized. We aren't meant to be isolated for the rest of our lives. We are meant to deal with conflict with each other. And I want to let you guys know that mistakes happen. And accountability is one thing. Shaming yourself and beating yourself up and calling yourself stupid is not okay. And so right now I'm in an in-between phase of identifying who I am in relationships, number one. Being able to comfortably say when I need space or when I just don't feel good. I was taught to shut down and not say anything. And the only time that I was given the attention or given the recognition and understood and looked at and connected with was when I was angry. And especially in my adolescence, I dealt with a lot of people that bullied. I dealt with a lot of bullying. And I know that if you're watching this, you can relate to this too. Because literally all of us have gotten bullied. It's not an individual experience. But it is not something that is easy to grow from, and it's something that is ingrained in you. And when you think back to that really, really specific time to where this was before that extreme emotional catapult of rejection. Before all of this bullying happened, you viewed friendship and connection with much purer eyes than you do now. And instead of being stuck in the past and holding grudges and blaming them for the way you act that way, you can choose to forgive them. And as I said, this is not an individual experience. The reason that they do the things that they do and treat others the way that they did, especially at such a young age, is because their parents were taught either to be bullied or to bully. And this is intergenerational. And so what I'm going to give you is I want you to look back and try and figure out your perception of yourself and how you felt about yourself before you were bullied, and how you let yourself freely speak, and how you let yourself fully give love without the fear of manipulation, confirmation burp, or without the fear of there having to be a equal give and take, without there having to be a price. I feel like also for most of the collective, when I speak about this, I'm speaking about me too, okay? For most of the collective, I think that we're taught that love is something that you have to earn. okay? And a lot of us, and I'm coming to that realization now, a lot of us realize, or don't even realize, like, we want love so bad, but we don't actually feel deserving of it. And it's not like, oh, I don't deserve love, because you know you deserve love. If you're aligned with me and you are trying to figure this out, you know you deserve love. We are told constantly in all of this self-healing and this self-work, majority of the population now, like, we all preach this self-love, self-respect. You're deserving, you're worthy, you're beautiful, you're perfect, like, you can make mistakes, blah blah blah, but nobody actually explains, whoopsie, nobody actually explains how this will impact you and how this will come up. Now, there's infinite possibilities in the universe, okay? There will be that one day where you have dealt with person after person after person after person that just doesn't love you how you deserve to be loved. And so initially, when you had that first person, the only person that you could, resonate that with, that connection with, is your parents. Ooh, my nose is itchy. Is your parents. Well, it's a combination of how you viewed them in relationships and how they taught you to interact in relationships. And so most of the time, your parents taught you that love is not just given, it is earned, okay? So for example, if you didn't clean your room, you were emotionally neglected, and your affection was, what is that word? Taken away. Your nurturing, that nurturing person that you needed was taken away until you did the task. Even when you did the task, sometimes you didn't always get that what you needed, okay? And we are also taught that doing good comes with a reward. You're going to come across that person that God sent you. You've been praying and for the universe to send you your person and to send you your partner, and you've been praying for love. But when that person came, first, it was okay. You were like, dang, this is my person. This is what I've been manifesting. This is what I've been wanting. This is what I deserve. And then something's going to happen and you're emotionally threw off. You fall off your routine, you give your all to this person, you neglect yourself, and this has nothing to do with who this person is. And I don't want to attack you, but this is completely your fault. This person does not deserve to have to deal with the retributions of how other people treated you. And so what did you do? What did you do? You chose to pick at them, create fights. You gave yourself the ick. You did all of these things, not because you didn't love that other person, because you didn't love yourself. And because unconditional love felt wrong. It felt wrong. You didn't actually feel deserving of it. And so you self-sabotage, you isolate, you punish yourself. You had, before this person usually comes in, you're on a consistent schedule of being who you are and doing things that make you happy and, fulfilling your prophecy, sticking to your routine, being healthy habits, eliminating all of that, healing, you're doing consistent things and sticking to a routine that is healthy. And then when this person comes in, it shocks you. And you get shocked with this dopamine. And you're just like, whoa, this is amazing. And then of course it dies down. And then you're like, I'm not worthy of this. Well, I fell off of my routine and I can't do that. And so I I feel bad that I fell off of my routine, and so I'm just gonna continue to make myself feel like shit because I don't deserve this. And it's not conscious. You're not consciously thinking, I don't deserve this, so I'm gonna do this. It's subconscious. It is your natural programming. And so it is not your fault, but it's your responsibility to do what needs to be done for you to either A, be by yourself and do this healing, or B, take the responsibility to do this healing and do it with a partner, and learn to trust that their words matter and that it means something and that they're not lying to you. And so when you did receive in the past, when you did receive that unconditional back and forth love, or you had that peace, chaos was usually to come after that. Or if you did have that peace, it was usually because someone wanted something from you. And so you're subconsciously sitting there like, this person loves me. They say that they love me. They say that they care for me. They say that they're my everything, all of these things. And you can hear it. You can digest it. You can sort of believe it. But at the same time, you're just like, well, I'm not doing enough. I'm not consistently putting a coin into their coin slot. So it can't be true. They must want something from me. When is this gonna end? And so instead of talking about that feeling and working on that, not just with your partner, but when you're alone, what you're doing behind closed doors matters so much more than you think. So much. And so what I'm really wanting to... Ooh. Okay, girl. Let it flow. What I'm really wanting to tell you guys, what you do behind closed doors is what matters the most. Okay? You can do all of this healing with your partner, but until you sit down and you create this routine of meditation, moving your body, releasing this trauma, writing it down, or speaking it, whoa, you cannot maintain this relationship. Because that other person is doing that, and they deserve much more. Is that it? And okay, last point. And so then that brings me to imposter syndrome. God, give me that point again. Guys, I have eczema. I've never had eczema, but now I have eczema on my hands. Anyway, it's kind of frustrating. Like, I feel like crusty. Imposter syndrome. This person recognizes you and they see themselves so they can see you. Okay, 555 as I was saying that. 1555. And they're like, damn, like this person is such a beautiful person. And their soul, they're so beautiful, and I see that they're working on themselves, and I can see past their trauma, and I truly believe in them. And you're just like, what the fuck? You see me? I've been begging this whole time to be seen. And I chose to see myself, and I thought I would have to do that for the rest of my life, and I never planned on anyone actually seeing me. I didn't know this came with it. And then you're like, well, there's days where I don't do this, and you can forgive yourself, but having another person see you having to go through this, It's imposter syndrome. And that's what's gonna come up. And there's no running from it. You can't run from it. It's always right behind you. It's on your back. It's in your backpack. Choose to meditate. Choose to take accountability for your fucking actions. And know that sometimes you gonna freak the fuck out. Sometimes you gotta learn the hard way. And it's okay. It's okay. Alright. I love you guys. Sorry I've been gone. Alright. Peace out.